in couples who are a bit worried about saying their personal vows or their legal vows, in fact.
Oh, it always comes up.
Always comes up.
I think when I ask couples, what are you most nervous about the whole day? Saying something.
Saying something, yeah. And I think it's just because they're not used to doing public speaking, and even if they do public speaking in their daily life and at work, it's completely different.
Oh yeah.
Standing up in front of your nearest and dearest than it is standing in front of your work colleagues, because your work colleagues are kind of like, oh, I've got to sit through this, whereas when it's your family and friends, they're watching intently as you say these very important words to each other. So I get it, and of course we've both been married as well. So,
oh yeah, yeah.
In fact, you married me.
Yeah.
So so we understand it. We've been in that position before. So what would be your best advice to someone who's
not
worried?
to kind of overthink it. I think that's the thing. Is I think we're so used to seeing in Hollywood films, or I'll use Friends for example. You know, is this almost you've got to stand up this unscripted declaration of undying love, and it's got to be perfect. No, it's not. What it does is we will help you. You're setting your personal vows. Your personal vows are your promises that you want to make to each other. So it really is just to be sitting down and thinking about what do you want to promise? What do you want your marriage to be built on? What, you know, and that could be promises today, it could be promises for the future, so it could incorporate future children, it could incorporate children that you already have or come from blended families. We've got some absolutely fantastic resources, so there's always some to choose from if you don't want to write your own. And they can be done in so many different forms.
Yes.
They can be asked as a question, where you get to say I do, or you can read them out yourself, or you can do them as a repeat after me. Yeah,
so there's all of those options. In fact, just on that, I had a couple who chose to pick one of the items or the options we give in the resources, and they did a we do.
Nice.
So I read it, and then they said we do, and they actually turned to their guests as they said.
Well, you're joining a marriage together, so why not
do it
actually
together?
do that bit together?
Yeah, absolutely. So it was really good. And a lot of the time when somebody asks me what the advice is to write from scratch their own personal vows, I'll say to them, imagine that you're 1,000 miles apart and you want to write a love letter to your other half. Write a love letter and then send it to me, and I'm more than happy to help you to then craft that into something more personal vow-like. And it's usually men. The girls are all over it. There's usually guys that are like, oh, can you help me with this? I don't think it sounds right. And more often than not, when they send it to me, it's spot on. Yeah. It's absolutely perfect.
Talk from the heart.
Yeah,
I think that's
exactly.
Start there, talk from the heart, and then you can kind of wordsmith it, you can tweak it a wee bit.
Yeah.
But the more honest and your tone of voice that it sounds, the more authentic and the more personal it's going to be, for sure.
And also the worry about fluffing their lines as well. And what I say is, like, we're all human. We do it as professionals, and you know, sometimes we might need to put our teeth back in occasionally, not often, but you know, sometimes it happens. So if it does, it does. And nobody in the front row or any of your guests are there to judge you. Yeah. They're all there to celebrate with you. Yeah.
So, I know, I think there's a lot of people are scared about them, but again, with the legal vows though, I think they're much easier. They're the most important ones because the legal declarations that you're making to each other in order to get married.
Yes.
However, like I said, they're the most simple. There's 4 options. As an organisation, we give all our couples 4 options, and they're quite literally 4 different short sentences that you are entering a contract of marriage. Yeah. And we will do them as a repeat after me. So we just do 3 or 4 words at a time. You then repeat them back. That's it. You don't need to memorise anything. Nothing's on a card. Yeah. And it's so straightforward.
It's so straightforward, and it's lovely that they have that option. And they're always delighted when you say, we're not going to prescribe exactly what you'd say. You tell us out of these 4 what you like the most.
What you're comfortable with.
What you're comfortable with. And those that are really worried about it will go with option 4, which is the simplest one. Yep. And those that are happy will go for the one with the word solemnly in it, which most people
and sincerely.
Solemnly and sincerely most people are scared of that one. They're like, oh my gosh, that's too much. But I find most couples go for option 2. Yep. Because it doesn't have solemnly in it, but it has the I sincerely declare in it. And the lawfully wedded wife or husband part as well, which most people really like. And a lot of couples are choosing to do I do's as well, which is very American. We were talking about Friends earlier on. It's very much, I was speaking to Americans who are eloping and they're saying, what, you don't actually have to do that here? I'm like, no, that's an option. But a lot of couples are choosing to do that as well, which is nice.
I think it's nice because a lot of, wedding memorabilia is all geared around I do as well. So actually being able to say I do on your wedding date, there is definitely a do.
And I've had a few I absolutely do's, or if I have to.
Yeah, I've even had a hell yeah.
Oh yeah. So you can really have some fun with that. And another great way of doing it is to reverse the I do's. It's to get your other half to write your I do's for you. So you have to promise to, I don't know, do the hoovering for the rest of your life or something like that. So you can have a bit of fun with it.
Oh, definitely. And this is a great thing about working with your celebrant, and to make sure that you have read through the script and you've checked everything, because you will then know what's coming,
yes,
what you're expected to say and what you're expected to do.
Yes.
So, which I think is lovely. So that there's none of that anticipation of, when am I going to get asked to do this? When am I going to ask to do that?
They know.
Granted, you're probably going to stand up there, you know, and as everything starts, you've forgotten your own first name. That's fine. We will remind you of what that is. But, you know, you've already kind of seen through the scripts. There's nothing that you are going to be asked to do that you don't want to do, because
you're
you've
not
already
going to be put
had
on the
that
spot.
conversation. Exactly.
Yeah, never going to be put on the spot. And they've always got us with them as well. It's something I always say. It's like, I'm standing there right with you.
Yep.
So you're not on your own, and your other half is right there with you as well. And it will feel like the rest of the room has just vanished.
Exactly. You've got a wee bubble.
You're in your bubble.
Your wee marriage bubble.
Yeah, you're about to make this ultimate commitment to each other. That's why everyone is there.
Yep.
And it's so exciting, and you just see the shoulders go up and the eyes brighten just as they're about to do that bit, and then they put the rings on their fingers, and it's just like, oh, yeah, you've done it.
You can see there's the relief of right, that bit's over, but there's also the ecstaticness and the joyful of just going, we've just done this, done this big thing. It's just so lovely. It's such a mix of emotions.
Oh, it is. It's so powerful. I find that bit the most powerful bit of the ceremony.
Yeah.
It's just magic to do it over and over and over again for lots of different people. And that's the thing as well, it is so many different people, and everybody's story is completely different too. I mean, I've not come across a couple that's had the same story.
No, absolutely.
Or have written the same vows.
Yep.
You know, they're unique to you.
Or have the same ceremony as well.
Yeah.
You know, so you might kind of go, well, I've done 3 quakes this week, but they've been in different places, or the wording's been different because it'll have been to suit that couple as well. So that's why I always think, our ceremonies never get boring.
No, they never get boring.
It's not just an insert name A here and name B there.
Never. And you're always writing that story from scratch as well. And I know we go out and we meet with that couple, and we'll sit and we'll just chat with them and hear about their story, hear about their journey together. And then we have the joy of then creating that into something beautiful and
bringing it to life.
Bringing
that story to life, which is lovely.
It's like painting a picture of their journey.
Yeah. It's celebrating the journey.
Yeah.
Because quite often, couples have been on some sort of journey already.
Yeah.
Because it's not very often now that, couples will meet and then get, married within 6 months of meeting each other. It does still happen, yes, but quite often, a lot of couples that we work with have been together for years. They've bought the house, they've maybe got children. They've spent a lot of their life together. So celebrate all of that.
Yeah, and have some fun with it as well. Because quite a few people will say, "Oh, well, it'll be quite formal." No, it doesn't have to be formal. You can have it any way you like. Of course, like the vows and the exchange of rings and the legal parts are formal just by their very nature.
Yep.
But with your story, you can have some fun with it. Every story has some funny elements in it, and those drop out as you're having the conversation with them in Starbucks.
Yeah.
And they get to approve all of that.
Yeah.
So, I say to them, don't tell me something you don't want your gran to know. Because it'll end up in the script.
It will end up there. I think it's quite nice as well for couples to actually take that time before their wedding to go through their story and remind themselves. Because a lot of us will get that when they've got, speaking to them, I forgot we did that, or I forgot we did that. Or you start off with, so tell me your story. Oh, it's quite boring, really. No, well, I'll be the judge. Let's have a wee look.
Let's find out. Yeah.
But actually, no, you've done all these amazing things together, or you have got through this. You've got through university together. You've got through, raising your children together. You've got through maybe losing parents, maybe losing, family members, etc. If you've got through all those things, the good times and the bad, then these are all the the big pillars that are cementing this your marriage.
Absolutely.
It's going to be absolutely there's nothing's going to break you.